This is our 89th year entertaining Chicago. Thanks for listening and for choosing Chicago's talk leader, 89 WLS. Well, Lauren, one thing about Chicago is that I guess if you win the lottery for $425,000...
You better watch your back.
You watch your back, because a few weeks ago, Tribune reporter Jeremy Gorner broke what I think is one of the gripping murder cases in the city. The story of the lottery winner who apparently was poisoned by cyanide, and today...
They're exhuming the body of Rouge Khan.
Exhuming the body, putting it as all... Everyone has good video of the hearse and the body coming out. And on the line, we have the famed medical forensic pathologist, Michael Baden. You know him from HBO and the O.J. Simpson trial. Are you on the line with us, Dr. Baden?
I'm listening.
So, when they pull the body out and begin testing it for cyanide,
right,
how will they do it?
Well, what will happen is the remains will probably go to the medical examiner's office in the casket, and they would normally open the casket at the medical examiner's office, remove the remains, and do a full autopsy on the body, as they would with a person who just recently died. In this instance, there'll be decomposition changes. The degree of decomposition can't be predicted. That they'll know that when they open the casket.
But can they tell if they find cyanide in the stomach versus in the lungs how he died?
Yes, that's one of the things they'll be doing, because if the cyanide was given in food, then the food should still be in the stomach, and the cyanide should still be in the food. Now, if there's no cyanide in the food, that means he didn't swallow it.
Wasn't in the lamb curry he had that night.
Yeah,
I love
right.
vindaloo.
Which supposedly other people also ate the lamb curry and didn't get sick. The other way of getting cyanide poisoning is by gas, by inhaling it, which is what we used to use in the gas chambers, for capital punishment in the United States. What Hitler used in the gas chambers, because cyanide is so quick. It's quick whether you take it by mouth or if you inhale it, and that's one of the concerns here. Is if he ate it, if it came in his food, he should have died at the eating table.
And how would you administer it, doctor?
Well,
I mean, let's put ourselves in, like you've done, and I'm sure people, investigators do this
right,
all the time. You put yourself in the position of the killer. How would you administer it by gas if you're...
Well, it would be very difficult. That's why, if this is a homicide, they should find it in the stomach. If it isn't a homicide, they used to have cyanide in fumigating solutions, where they would put gas in houses to kill rodents. It's a
right,
great rodenticide. And one of the things I'm sure that the police would be looking at is, was there anything in the dry cleaning stores that, since it is used in industry, in which cyanide was used in his dry cleaning stores. But if it's by gas, then it's probably accidental. If it's homicide, it has to be in the stomach content.
How would it be accidental?
Well, if somebody were fumigating, supposing the night before somebody came in the building and wanted to kill a rat problem.
Right.
So, which is very unlikely nowadays.
But I mean, would you just, you have a canister of it and you open it up?
Get your hands on it.
It would be some kind of canister arrangement. Like they put a bomb in to kill bugs in a house or something.
Do they have cyanide pills too, though, don't they?
I'm sorry?
Do they have cyanide pills?
Yes, the cyanide pills are what can be put into food,
right,
and can be ground down. And if you ate something like curry, and nobody would know it was there, and if it were put into liquid or food, it really, you just need such a little amount. Remember, you guys are the world's expert on cyanide poisoning homicides with the Tylenol case. 7 people died 30 years ago in Chicago. And remember, all of that was put into a little capsule. One little capsule that contains 100 or 200 milligrams is sufficient to kill you, and you die right away. Like the 7 died in the bathroom, and when they took the Tylenol for a headache, It went in their stomach, and within a minute or two, they were dead.
How do you, when you're doing this autopsy, what order do you do it in? How does it begin? And you've done your HBO series on autopsy.
Well, normally, the body is looked at externally, examined. Now,
right.
Which is important in the case of cyanide, and this was important also at the time 6 months ago. The way we know of cyanide poisoning is because the color of the body is red. Normally, when we die, the color after death is bluish,
right,
as a blood cell. Cyanide causes a red color, and this is important because cyanide is also one of the terrorist options, and all medical examiners have to know to be able to pick up a cyanide in case it's a terrorist, part of a terrorist attack. So the color of the skin tells you, and also the odor tells you, before you even make an incision, that the odor of cyanide is has to do with almonds.
Bitter almonds, right?
Bitter almonds. Just like arsenic gives you a garlic odor, the cyanide gives you an almond odor that can be smelled.
Another thing to consider, I don't know, maybe just tell me, I'm a layman here just blundering, but I believe that Muslims and Orthodox Jews, and I think years ago Orthodox Christians
don't get
embalmed. And so therefore, how does cultural issues play into...
That's a very good point, John, because the fact that the body is probably not embalmed will permit the decomposition to go faster, and the decomposition tends to create cyanide after we die as the body decomposes.
Oh, so the defense lawyers could say
the body was decomposed.
The body created its own cyanide. Wow. There wasn't cyanide there.
That's an issue that can be raised, and see, it wouldn't create it in the stomach contents, but it could in the decomposed tissue. And the problem is also that we all have a little bit of cyanide in our bodies, extremely low level, but everybody has cyanide, and heavy cigarette smokers have a lot of cyanide.
So real quickly, doctor, how long till we know? How long will these tests take?
They'll know whether he has heart. They also have to figure out heart disease and all. They'll know that today. The toxicology part of it will probably take a week or so.
Thank you, Dr. Michael Baden, for your expertise. A very interesting discussion. Thanks for sharing your time with us today.
Thank you, John.
It's John Cass on WLS 89 with Lauren Cohn. Back after this.
When news breaks, be the first to know. Text BREAKING to 68683 and get up to the minute updates right on your phone. 89 WLS.
89 WLS, John Cass, Lauren Cohn. If I were ex-president making millions upon millions of dollars for speeches in Azerbaijan and wherever, cutting deals, would I be charging you, Lauren Cohn, to pay for my Cinemax, adult Cinemax?
This is shocking that this was revealed under the Freedom of Information Act research, that the taxpayers are paying for, and this has been since Harry Truman, since the President's Act 1958. Former presidents get millions of dollars on the taxpayer dime. And this revealed that we're paying the DirecTV bill, so Bill Clinton can have 10 televisions in his office. The premium package on DirecTV.
That means Cinemax at night.
Exactly. $185 a month. $185 a month.
He's the president. Shouldn't he just, the History Channel. That's it. You're the president.
I mean, these...
Okay? Learn about Lincoln and Jefferson.
Right.
I don't want them to do like Naughty Housewives. Naughty Housewives, no, not for the president. Not for taxpayers.
No, we shouldn't have to pay for it. And it's travel expenses, personnel expenses, television. Come on. There are people out there on food stamps.
You win the presidency, you're supposed to go off, sit in a room, little on the porch, like Dwight Eisenhower. He did his time, and then he wrote memoirs and was right near Gettysburg. He acted like a true leader of this country, not jetting off to party in Azerbaijan and then having us pay for his Cinemax. Dude, Mr. President, Clinton.
Millions of dollars allocated. Like they gave $835,000 to George W. Bush. Does George W. Bush need $835,000 in perks on your dime?
Doesn't he come from one of the wealthiest families in Texas?
Jimmy Carter, $517,000.
Does this
2011 fiscal year?
But that's not. Does that include like Secret Service protection and all the other stuff?
No, they get that. They get that
Right?
too. They all get it. They get
right. I can see you could, I could say, okay, 500, 100,000, maybe a couple 100,000. You're the president, okay? You should let you. I don't want to see you eating beans on a hot plate, living in an SRO with some drunks on the balcony.
I think that's what happened to Harry Truman, and that's how this all came about.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I don't think so. But my gosh, Lauren. What does he watch? You got 10 TVs in your
And why do you
room?
need 10 televisions?
In your office? What do you have to do? How many times do you want to see yourself, dude?
I think we should contact DirecTV.
Well,
they should cut the line.
I'd like to know, what does he watch? While he's running around pretending that he loves Obama.
Reruns of I did not have sex with that woman.
I want you to listen to me. I'm going to say this again. I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
Yeah, but you know what you did? You were in the Oval Office having pizza while she was entertaining you, and you were also on the phone with a congressman, Sonny Callahan of Alabama.
Doesn't that bring up our theme of the day?
And you were talking about sending Americans to step on landmines in the Balkans. And the fact that anybody defended him after that was known is sickening. And I'm not going to pay for his...
it's our theme of the day, don't lie.
His Cinemax Naughty Housewives. Anyway, we'll be back after this. John Cass, Lauren Cohn.
When you see trouble on your commute, call the 89 WLS traffic tip line and let us know. 312-984-CARS. That's 312-984-5277.
John Cass, 89 WLS, here with Lauren Cohn. Lauren, thanks to you and Dr. Bodden, now we know how to kill each other.
Kill each other with cyanide, and what we're all going to smell like if there's cyanide in our bodies.
You're going to smell like
rotten nuts, right?
I would say bitter almonds.
Bitter
which
almonds?
is a euphemism for rotten nuts, I guess. Mm-hmm. At least they're not smoked.
We learned too much about cyanide today. Didn't we? Learn a little more than we needed to know.
I felt like I don't even have to watch CSI for another 10 years. I
had no idea when the body decomposes that cyanide.
That's another thing. You want to poison somebody, make sure they're Orthodox Christian, Jew, or Muslim, and they don't have...
they're not embalmed.
Embalmed, and bingo.
You're home free.
You get away with it. That is freaky, huh?
I think the theme of the week, too, has been if you're going to lie, it's going to come out.
And then you'll have to run to Oprah and have her big motherly arms hug you. And of course, if you lie to the grand jury that Dan Webb is running, and if you're part of the Praetorian Guard of the Chicago Police guarding the mayor, and you may know something about what happened to that bat years ago in Grand Beach, and what happened on the street in Rush Street when that young man, David Kochman, was killed, you might want to tell them, because perjury is tough.
John, I'm just going to go home and Teo. I'm going to do some Teoing this weekend.
Okay, Teo me. And your
Speedo.
In my imaginary
Speedo. On your tandem bike.
That's it. Listen, this is John Cass, Lauren Cohn, 89 WLS. We've had a good week. It's been a rough week. We missed our friend Jake.
Isn't there something big happening in Washington on Monday, too? The president getting sworn in?
Yeah, I guess.
Inauguration.
And all the suck-ups will be around him waiting to be... I hear he can feed, thousands of people with two McDonald's cheeseburgers and 4 Filet-O-Fish sandwiches.
Is that the $1.99 special?
And he feeds them. See you next week. John Cass, Lauren Cohn, 89 WLS.
You just blew my mind.
One station making history every day.